So we're here with Lorraine Lewis of Vixen. How's it going, Lorraine? You doing good?
I'm doing great. Happy Sunday or Monday or
Yes.
Tuesday, whatever day it is. Yes, happy to be here, Sam, and really stoked to meet you finally after months and months of trying to get this together.
Yes, but
So
we finally got it, and it'll be all worth it. So
awesome.
first we have to talk about the busy weekend you had. It was end of May, which is already like 2 weeks ago. I don't know what time is anymore, but you were in Nashville for Creatures Fest. You had meet and greets, Q&As, photo shoots, everything, rare hair, and then you told me you ended it with Waffle House. So that was that, so that was probably a hectic couple of days. How is it for you to have to be, just constantly running around doing stuff?
It's the best life ever. I have no complaints at all. When we were in Nashville, first of all, Nashville is a beautiful city. I love it. I've spent a lot of time there because I have a really good songwriting partner out there, Jan Buckingham. She's an Emmy nominated writer, and I have dabbled in country music, writing country music. So I love Nashville. I used to fly out there all the time to work with her. So I was really excited to get back because it's been a few years. And the play where Creatures Fest was, the Sonesta Hotel, is amazing. Like everything is right there. There's a Starbucks in the lobby. So we were at home right away.
Perfect.
Lots and lots of people. It was packed. It was a great, great weekend. We did get so much accomplished, so much done. Um, we do have a new single coming out. We'll talk about that later, but that
Yes.
was one of the big reasons that we were really excited to get a photo session done for the new song, and also because Julia Lage, our new bass player, we wanted to get some fresh photos. So we accomplished everything and topped it off with a visit to Waffle House, and
Perfect.
our photos coming soon.
So, and all those photo shoots are with Mr. Mark Weiss, correct?
The infamous, legendary
Yes.
Mark Weiss and his sidekick McCall. Um, Amazing team, amazing duo. We started shooting at 4 o'clock on Sunday, and we wrapped at 11:06 p.m. It was a full 7 hours of shooting.
Wow.
So we have a plethora. I love that word. We have a plethora of photos. We did single shots. We did all sorts of stuff. So we video, like we're just so excited. I can't wait for people to see what was going on. We had great hair and makeup people. I did my own makeup, but we had a really great hairstylist there, Brooke. She's on my Instagram, so Brooke, and she was amazing. And I want her to go on the road with me now. She's so great. But yeah, we just had fun, and we were just rock and roll girls on the road.
Yep.
Meet. Can I keep talking about
Oh
Creatures?
yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. We got as much time as you have.
So, Creatures Fest, there were so many people there, Kiss fans like crazy. There were so many people there, and we had our meet and greet. And I was looking on the website because some people were messaging me on Facebook, and they said, "Hey, we really want to do meet and greet, but it's sold out." And I was like, "No, no way, it can't be sold out. Like, there's no way." And I went online, and sure enough, Vixen sold out. So I was really thrilled about that because it gave us ability to touch so many people. I think there were 100 people that came through at $75 a pop, which is really saying a lot for the people that are just the diehards, that they
Yeah.
didn't have a problem paying that amount of money to hang out with us and get a photo taken with us. And I love the fans for that. Like, we really are truly a rock and roll family, and I can't be more grateful to the fans that come out, support, and yeah, it was a hell of a good time. Hella
It,
good.
it's got to be so nice after the 2 years of lockdown to just be able to have all those people hanging out with all those fans.
Yeah, no masks. Like I mean, I'm vaxxed and boosted and all that stuff, and
Yep.
so is the band. So no fear, just everybody in unity and rocking and rolling and just having a great, great time. So yeah, I would do it all again in a second. It was so much fun.
And so now we're heading into it seems like a pretty busy period for Vixen because starting next weekend, you're going to have a show at least once a week for a couple months. And that hasn't been the case really since the start of COVID. So you've been doing, all the spaced out shows. So you happy that you kind of got to ease back into it with the spaced out shows and now you're really hitting the ground running, or did you want to do that from the start?
I wanted to do it from the start, but I'll comply with the rules. Um, I'm going with the flow. But yeah, I mean, in 2019, I think we did 23, maybe 24 dates. Um, and this summer season is shaping up to be quite a few. I think that we're at least at 20. I
Yeah.
also know at the end of July, I think we're doing 5 nights in a row, which is new
Wow.
for us. So it's like we're really on the road this summer and it feels really, really good. Oh my God, we're having so much fun and it's sounding so good. And yeah, we're just digging it. Life is good.
So with the 5 shows in a row, is there anything that you have to do to take care of your voice? Because obviously singing 5 nights in a row, that's going to be pretty strenuous.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is rest, sleep, um, no party, um, boo. But yeah, basically just lots of rest and lots of sleep and no talk. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really kind of a general rule. And that for me, I learned that no talking is really important um, from Robin Zander from Cheap Trick when we toured with them, Femme Fatale when we toured with them. That he doesn't talk during the day. At least he didn't back then. And we, at the end of the night, the, after the first few nights, I asked him how he stays in such good shape. That was the Flame tour, and he hits those high notes in
Yeah.
the song "The Flame," nails it every effing night. And so I just was so in awe and was so grateful to be able to sit on the side of the stage and watch him. And he's such a pro. And I asked him, like, what are your secrets? And no talking. Like, he doesn't talk during the day, he writes things down. I don't know if he still does that, but it's a really valuable lesson. And I experienced that firsthand with the first Femme Fatale tour because I was doing all the promo stuff, all the interviews. I was kind of the voice of the media.
Yeah.
And doing that day in and day out when you have like 10 interviews in a day, and then going out and rocking and rolling, it can be pretty strenuous. So I'm up for it. I'm excited. I just have to pace myself, and I think we're going to be great. So
Yeah. So is that because you guys are also doing VIP with those shows? How is the no talking? That's going to be a little rough. I'm going to one. I won't talk to you though. Don't worry. I
oh,
won't ask you
good.
anything tough. I'll,
Well, it's challenging because we are always so stoked.
yeah.
Look, we're all human beings. So when people show up, it's like, F yeah, like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing worse than you do a meet and greet and like there's two people there. Although we're honored that the two people are there, but it feels really good when it's more of a party. And when you
Yeah.
have lots of people showing up, it turns into a party and it's contagious to want to talk with everybody and just like greet them and like, hey, or you know them from Instagram or you know them from Facebook and you make the connection. You're like, oh my God, you just messaged me yesterday. I'm so glad that you're here. It's so great to meet you. So I'm a real talker, as you can tell. So yeah, I gotta like really chill. But Britt is a talker too. Julia is amazing, fun. She's got the Brazilian accent, and she's awesome. So she's really funny. And Roxy's like amazing and kind of she's got kind of for lack of a better term, she's kind of got a foul mouth, trucker mouth, and she's just funny. So I think that they can pick up the slack for me. Like they can keep things rolling, and I think we'll be okay.
So while we have you able to talk, we have to talk about the new Vixen album, which is coming out at some point. If you don't want to give a release date, you don't have to, but I mean, I won't mind if you want to.
I wish that I did. Well, first of all, I want people to understand this is not an album release yet.
Yes.
We've decided that we're releasing singles. So that's what our plan is. Will there be a Vixen album eventually? Of course there will be. But we've decided instead of taking all the time to really do things right, which would mean all of us being together probably in the same place for quite a while,
Yeah.
and it's not really conducive for all of us, even though, myself, Julia, and Britt, we're all in California, but I'm in Palm Springs now and it's only an out like 45-minute flight, but Roxy's in Michigan. So for us to really do a full record would mean us being locked away for a couple months altogether. And I would love to do that, but we don't really have that luxury. So instead, we are releasing singles. So my guess is within the next 2 months. I don't think it's going to be longer than that. We're going to be bringing you, everyone, a new Vixen single. And Britt is going in on Wednesday to lay her solo guitars down. And it is being produced and, well, it's Fred Coury that is producing, and Barry Porter that is engineering. And yeah, it's going to be really really fun, and I can't wait for people to hear it. I laid my lead vocal down about 2 months ago, and I'm really happy with it. And Fred was really happy. Fred was really great to work with. I haven't been in the studio with a real producer in a long long time. Someone who, I mean, he wanted words pronounced a certain way. You know, he would say, "I can't hear the S on that word," or
Yeah.
yeah, there's one particular word. Um, I'll just say it: button, button, button. We that was a little challenging and fun, and so yeah, he was amazing at directing me and giving me little tips on, you know, what to do. And I just was so grateful to work with him. It was so much fun. We laughed a lot. And, I remember at one point I was singing and he was like, "Are you smiling?" And I was like, "Kind of, but not really." He's like, "I need you to smile." Okay, I'll smile. And I get it. It made the vowels sound different. It just, those little nuances that even though I've been singing for a long time, it's just so great to have somebody else's ears challenge you and help you at the same time. So I'm stoked. I can't wait for people to hear it.
So were those kind of, input from Fred Curry? Was that something that you understood in the moment why he's doing that, or was it like, why the hell does he want me to say button this way?
I understood that you couldn't hear the word in the mix, and the way I was singing it, you couldn't tell what the word was, and it was really important to him that we understand every word that I'm singing. And so I have worked with him before because I put my vocal on Edge of a Broken Heart, You Ought to Know, and How Much Love, December of 2019. And so I was familiar with how he works for sure. Um, but having this be a brand new song and something fresh, Vixen hasn't released anything in years, and especially with me with my voice on it. So this is it's important, and he's treating it like it's important, and he wants this first single to just kill. So I respect him. I love him. He's funny, and he was great to work with, and I hope to do more with him.
So you, in the grand scheme of things, you haven't been in Vixen for too long, like since the start of 2019. So when did you guys start actually, working on new music? Like how long were you in the band when you guys started working on that?
Right away. I would say within 6 months, we were in the studio. We were in a rehearsal studio in the Valley, and we were working on ideas. And then Britt and I, during COVID, we were working together just on Zoom, um, at least trying, because there was a weird feedback thing. But
Yeah.
we wrote quite a few songs together. And so there's another song that we're hoping to get recorded very soon, and that is possibly going to be with Toby Wright. So, we've got things cooking. Yeah, but it didn't take long. When we were in the rehearsal studio together, working on music too, and this is when Cher was with us, um, just supernatural, super like they'd lay down something and I would just come in with something over, and Cher would add a vocal line and a melody line and words and this and that, and it was just easy peasy. We haven't had that luxury to do with Julia yet, but I'm sure it will happen, and I know Julia is a prolific songwriter herself, so I think that we'll get some new music going with her as well. So
So, so would you say this was a very, collaborative effort between the four of you, not trying to keep it, mostly to Cher and Roxy so it can be like the core of Vixen? You guys all worked together and shared ideas.
Yeah, yeah, all of us. I mean, because we're a band. We're
Yeah.
definitely a band. But look, if Britt has something and she's brought things in that she wrote with outside writers, we're open to anything. We don't, there's no ego here. Like we just want to do good music and new music. And now that I have been in the band since 2019, we feel like we have our sound, even though Julia is new, we feel like we've established our sound, and so I just think the future looks bright, and let's go for it. So release this first single, and everybody's gonna love it, and then we'll get into the studio with Toby Wright, and we will do more with him, and then hopefully we will be able to do some more with Fred Coury as well. And who knows who else? Like maybe we write something with Desmond Child. Maybe we write something with Paul Stanley. You know, we're open. We're open to it all.
So do you think we'll be hearing any of these new singles live over the summer, maybe?
Yes,
Good.
yes. But
Y-
I do believe we are going to wait until we have released
Yep.
before we add it to the set. And that was another reason that the photo session was so important because we wanted to get fresh photos in particular for this song. Um, and it will all make much more sense when we release the single.
So so we've talked, obviously it's been mentioned you guys have had a lineup change recently. Cher announced she had to step away and we're sending positive vibes to her, love her way. And that might be off-putting to some people because I mean, people don't really react to change that well. But this is kind of your time to ease those fears and just say nice things about Julia. Why she's a great fit for the band.
Julia, first of all, the very first show we did with us, when we knew that Cher was going to announce, we knew that. We had done an in-room hotel rehearsal, very brief. Julia just stepped in and nailed it. She's an amazing bass player. She's an amazing vocalist. She gets it. I mean, she tours with Richie Kotzen. I mean,
Yeah.
she is a total pro. And I adore her on stage. She's got great energy. She does this really awesome thing. Like every once in a while, she just gets really into it and she sticks out her tongue. And it's like she's like the only person other than Gene Simmons that can look cool sticking out their tongue. And she does it a lot. And when she does it, you know that she's feeling it. And I just love her vibe. She's super positive, fun, a little sassy, just all the right ingredients. And I think that it will really show. It shows with us on stage. And I think when people meet her at meet and greet, they're just going to feel warm and fuzzy with her. She's really a cool chick.
So do you have anything away from Vixen musically that you're working on? Like, are you writing songs maybe for outside artists or anything? Or are you just
Not
focusing?
focusing on Vixen right now, but I have been asked to sing on a song. I wish I had the uh, all the info right in front of me. I don't, but I do get emails and people reach out to me to work on albums or side projects. And this one song in particular, I thought it was really great. And so I am going to be doing that this summer. And I'm sorry, I don't have the information in front of me.
That's
Uh,
fine.
yeah, I feel bad. But yeah, I'm open to it all, but I'm a busy girl at the same time. I do work in television during the week as a casting producer, and then Vixen on the weekends, and just trying to have some life work balance. And like this week, weekend. Actually, he's been here for over a week. I'm pet sitting my friend's dog, and I love
Yes.
him, and it's awesome. But yeah, just trying to have life, work, music balance. That's really important to me at this step in the game. Life is good though. Life is real good.
Yeah. So I want to talk a bit about the television because that's a lot of people in music sometimes they'll have side jobs, but that seems like a pretty important thing that you have to put, a lot of time and attention into. So what really is your role at Renegade Casting?
My title is Senior Casting Producer. I've been with the company for 7 years. Um, Before I got with the company, I don't know if you remember a show called Ex Wives of Rock. That was a show that I created with my former partner Lisa Brucker. It was a show about ex-wives of 80s rock stars. It starred Athena, who is Tommy Lee's younger sister, and she was married to James Kotak from the Scorpions. Charisse Neal, the Queen Bee, who was married to Vince Neil from Motley Crue. Bobby Brown, the infamous Bobby Brown cherry pie girl that was married to Janie Lane. And Blue Dixon, who is married to Jerry Dixon from Warrant. So that was a show that I helped create. I was an executive producer on that show. We enjoyed 54 episodes, 3 seasons on Slice Network and Access here in this. That was Slice Network in Canada, Access here in the States. And after that wrapped, we really thought we were going to get a season 4, and it didn't happen. And I had to figure out what the hell am I going to do. And so, I was really at a crossroads. I knew that I loved television, but I didn't really know what to do, how to get there and find a new role. And quite honestly, I was interviewing at Starbucks and keeping my fingers crossed, because I was like, chicks got to work.
Yeah.
Britney Spears says you got to work, bitch. So we all got to work. And I had no problem with going into Starbucks, and I would have been happy to work there if that would have been what the universe wanted. But as it turned out, my husband at the time was working at Renegade 83 production company as a graphic artist he started on the show Naked and Afraid on Discovery, where he blurs out all the naughty bits of people. And he was there for about 5 years. And he opened the door for me to the casting department. And long story short, uh, they invited me in. They, I haven't really told this story before, but I'm going to, um, because I think that people need to understand. Sometimes when you're out of work, you have to go for it, and you just
Yeah.
have to believe, and you can't get complacent. So they didn't have budget to hire me, and I did an interview, and they said, we think you're great, but we really don't have budget. And so I suggested, I will work for you for free. And I offered that. They called me the next day, and they said, we really want you. We found a little bit of budget. Instead of for free, we're going to start you at $10 an hour. And I was like, hell yeah. So that was my introduction to Renegade 83. I showed up, I kicked ass, and when that show wrapped, they wanted me on the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And I now have my own office at Renegade 83 with my name on it, with my work wife, Jillian. We share an office, and nothing feels better than that. And you're absolutely right. TV is a lot. I've been a
Yeah.
field producer with Ex Wives of Rock. I was a creator of that show, but now senior casting producer. Basically, my job, what I do is I find people for different shows. I turn over rocks. I post on Craigslist. I stalk people. Whatever it takes to find cast members for certain shows, and I interview them, and then our editor edits the edit. We share it with the network, and then fingers crossed we get them on the show. And that's what I do 24/7. And even on the weekends, I'm looking at Instagram because we're casting a new show right now for TLC about people with facial differences, where our doctors are going to help transform them. It's a show that is kind of a sister show of another show that I helped cast at the beginning called My Feet Are Killing Me, which is on TLC as well. And it's going to be a really feel good show where we really help people that have situations with their face. And I'm not just talking nose jobs, I'm talking about people that have been born with certain ailments that we're going to change people's lives.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. It's a lot, but I
Yes.
love it. I love it.
So obviously you're looking forward to all the singles getting released, getting back on the road. Is there anything else that you want to share that you're looking forward to over the coming year?
Just really excited to get back out on the road, excited to meet people, excited for people to show up for the VIP and meet and greet, because that's where you get a really good chance to hang out with us. The merch booth as well is great to do, but when you do VIP, like we can at least like touchy feely, right? It's
Yeah.
just more personable. And so we really like that a lot. But other than that, sky's the limit. I think people are going to be really excited and blown away by the new song, blown away by the new photos, and yeah, all is good. I will say that there is talk about Europe. There are dates that are coming for us, and I can't wait for that to land so that we can tell everybody more about that. So, other than that, that's it. Just life is good, and thank you so much, Sam. This has been a blast. Thank you for
Thank
letting me
you so much for
off
coming
your
on.
ear.
So yeah, you got a dog to take care of. Go.
Sounds good. And it's Sunday. You have a nap to take.
I do. Yes.
By
Thank
the
you,
way,
Lorraine.
I don't know that anybody realizes, but yes, this is my bed in my bedroom, and I'm drinking Gatorade because I'm in the desert, and then I also have a margarita close by just in case I need a little pick me up. So, cheers.
Cheers. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you in a couple months.
Thanks, Sam. Awesome.